Yeah. Live.
Go, go.
Good. Shalom, Ms. Real. Can you see me okay? Is it all good? That camera's set right. Too far back, gotta move this back. Just go back and get this set up. So you can see, at least see the face part.
Call to one.
Yes, with Asha PK, start out 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana, where we teach the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are and make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Well, that's good. Make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, to the brothers, Yahweh Shalom, Yahweh Shamar, Halathah, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. To the sisters, we're going to teach the Lashawan Qadash class today. Thank you for your patience. Where we left off last Friday, check the head out right there. We're going to make a few adjustments here. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
It's 12.
Is that close enough?
Cause you can go ahead. You can go keep talking. Keep talking.
Making a few adjustments here for our board. Lashawan Qadash, we talked last week mainly paleo. We're going to get into some Assyrian. We got a little bit to the Assyrian last week. What'd you do? See if you can find it. Well, I think it's the black. It may be a black piece of paper. But we're going to get into our class where we're going to take off. We're going to go over a few words. Like we said, we're going to do a little review on the paleo. Then we're going to go characters. Then we're going to go into the Syrian characters. My name is Qadash Shapar, Officer 50. And what we're trying to do here is update and catch up so we can get into bigger and better things. But first, we got to learn the alphabet. Last week I was mindful that when I was doing some connectors, they were too far down. I promised to get them up a little higher so we can see every word written in the Lashawan class. Like I said, we'll see how we can Lashawan Qadash. got the shadow out just a little bit so we can see the boards. Yeah, that's good.
Contour.
Good.
Contour.
Wow. Like we said, in Lashawan, Qadash, how many vowel sounds we got, Trooper?
Concept 2.
Two vowels, that's exactly right. And like I said, this is a review. It's not a real big deal. We have the A and the I vowels. A and I vowel sounds. And how many characters we got?
Salakia, 26?
No, sir.
22.
26 is in the American alphabet, you're right. But in the characters of Hebrew, Lashawan Qadash, what was that? What was our last answer?
22.
22, that's right. Wow, 22. 22 characters. Exactly. 22 characters. And we'll go down and make sure you got to keep it adjusted too. So if you have any answers, we're going to see who we have and keep the stream and see who's checking in for class. If you're checking for class like you did last week, and we'll get some class participation going on here again. So we're gonna go, and we're doing ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka. Got plenty of room across the board. And we say ta, ya, ka, la. Can we see that okay?
Come on, it looks too hard to me, sir.
Just a while?
Come on.
Good. And we'll, like I said, in the paleo, we'll review. This is a quick, fast review. The paleo. You see that okay? Do I need to write bigger? Yeah, that looks good.
That looks good.
Good. Come. And then we have a B. Last time we had the brothers and sisters get into class, and it was a Tawab class. We do the same thing. Sometimes you get in late. Sometimes we get in the class. But make sure, like we said before, is to bring your black lock. Make sure you bring your books to class, because every time we do a class, it's a build-up. You know, bring a book just like that. So it's a build-up for class. And if you have to, get your 2 or 3 books so you can put your words in, Lashawan Qadash, and if you want to separate it from Paleo to Hebrew, we can. I mean, Paleo to Assyrian Hebrew, we can. But we're going to put them together here, and then like we had last week, Abba, Ga, Da, Ha. Going fast here. Look at there. Awa, Za, Ka. If you remember that, it rings a bell. That's what they look like. These characters help you form words. That's the reason why we're doing this. Ta, you see that okay?
Come on, sir.
Ya, Ka, La. La. And we're going to go under these. We're going to go with the Syrian. We're going to go with this character for the A and the Ba. And write these down. These is a review. The first week we went over these, but I want you to write them and get them again. Just make sure you match them just in case you missed anything when you are going over these real fast here. Ba, Ga. Little walking man there, and we're not going to spend a whole lot of time trying to explain some of them. except for the Syrian, because we went over the connectors and for and the paleo last time. But I put a P up here. Matter of fact, for red, we'll put a red for the Syrian, and then we'll put a P. Well, it's about dried out, isn't it? Paleo. So we can see. Good. Okay. And then of course you have your D. Abagada. Abagada. Then we got your Ha. And you have your Wa. You have your top little sign right there that looks like it's a Z character. Awazaka, and then we have a Ka. Like I reiterate, this is strictly a review of the Syrian characters. They're Syrian characters. Then we have, and some of these characters, as you read it in Tanakh, you see them a little different, but sometimes they vary just a little bit from handwritten to type to.
See the screen.
Ka. La. It's like a, there we go. Get it to where it's out of the screen.
God, you talk.
So you can see. There you go. So you can see the alphabet, okay? See the board? Well, it's got a delay there.
You talk. You talk. It's live.
Okay, see the board? So we're good so far. And then we'll get to the rest of the characters. Abagadas Allah, Tariyakala, is that Ma? Ma, Na. And of course over here on this card we got a little ending character. I was gonna put that one in red there so we can see them, because we're gonna go over a few words with the endings there. Sort of look like that. Manasa. I, Pa, Taza. So we'll go with a symbol that sort of looks like that. And we'll go with a little same symbol, sort of, but only missing one line. That'll work. It's like these look like some sort of fancy combs, but that's what it is.
Cold color, antennas.
Antenna, comb, yeah. Sort of like a J, but only it's what we call a P in Assyrian. And it's like it's the language that we took in captivity a while. So it's more of it's not as pure as the Paleo. That's why you have connectors. Sometimes it's hard to pronounce the Assyrian because they don't have the connectors, which is fine. That's why you have to kind of learn them tandem or together. Taza. Look at that little. Hope you can see the size of the characters there. You see them all right over there?
Cold color.
Taza. And we have what we call a qua. And good old Ra. Qua, Sha. Tha. Review real quick and dirty. Qua. Like a little popsicle stick. A little Ra. Like a little funny little 4. Sham, that's a little W. And then we have to lay down cross. And that's your Paleo, and right up on it, we'll go with your Assyrian. Pretty much. Assyrian is gonna, look a little different. Like a little mountain with a little volcano action there. But I mean, that's where it's real quick and dirty. That's how it is. And then this. Okay. Oh, it's kind of funny there. There's a screen here. Got the chat. Check that out. Chat. The saw. And sometimes you can do this. I've seen it like that. So a few different ways for the Syrian. Like I said, write your notes down. You take these. You're taking class serious. You'll see from time to time there's a little variation. It depends how fast I write it or how ugly or how pretty I try to write it. With pen, yeah. So our pa, we got this pa. Make it a little longer. There's your pa. Okay. Taza. Size, how we looking? Pretty good. We can see these characters. Oh, I should have written these in red. That's what I wanted to do. Something like that. And then of course, over here, something like that. Yeah, that's good enough. I've seen Taza. Is that it?
Cold concept.
Got ending characters. So we have the ending characters in red. And you have them on the ma. Well, you start over here with the ka. only for the bottom line here, the Syrian. You're going to need that when you start making words, because the Syrian does not have connectors. Syrian does not have connectors. Quara, and then you have a, oops, gotta use the change markers here. And we're taking our time, but hurry. Now the difference between this character, what I've noticed, and I kind of totally made this a little bigger, and this one is wider and fatter. That's ain't much different, but you got to be careful. And in a Tanakh, when you're reading these characters like that, and even this looks like a 7. It's just, you know, I've seen them look like that. I've seen them look like that. All kinds of ways. I mean, there's a whole lot of ways it can look like. But just as long as you know, when you see something look like a candy cane or something like that, or a long 7, it's not this short 7, and it ain't this wide 7 for the Ra. And then over here, for the Shah, we're gonna go like that. And we don't have the chart, but I can get it out here in a second. But it'll pretty much match what we got. It's gonna be a little better because it's something that's published. But and then your last character over here, little golf club over there, and that's your thought. So, and our characters, give you a chance to resurface that, look in your notes, make sure you had them right. Give you a chance, and know that these characters, you know, they do a little variation, but the reason why I want to go over both of them so you'll understand that the Lashawan Qadash class has Assyrian and Paleo. Of course, you know that by now. That's what we are. The last time we did some words, it won't be no different here. We're going to start off maybe a couple connectors, and then we're going to do some words with the ending. And then we're going to go on, because the weeks to come, we're going to eventually get into the Lord's Prayer, the man's and woman's salute. How the woman salutes is a little different from the man, but we'll write it down. So you can see, so when you converse, women, you converse with your rib, you'll be able to understand, oh, mine's different. Yeah, honey, it is different. That's because it is. One's watch over you, one's bless you. So that's what we're getting into here. We're going to get into, we use this language to communicate daily basis. And it's a learning, it's a building pattern. Ba, ga, da. You notice how the characters vary a little bit. They adopted this, and then what they're doing over there in Jerusalem right now, which is they've stole our characters.
Right.
They can't even pronounce the words, pronounce what they have, so they put the little dots by them, trying to assimilate or emulate our sounds. No, when we say Abba Gada, Hawazaka, Ta Yakala, Manasa Apataza, Kwarashata. That ain't what they're doing. They take some language and bastardize it with their tongue. But here in ISUPK, we go from the original Paleo. And we take the same characters. We do different characters, but they're pronounced the same. We don't have to, we know how to pronounce our language. Can they see this corner okay over here?
Come on, sir. Everything's counted
Good right there? All right, good. Good. And we use a, let's see what I got here. We use a, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna say, can you see right over here pretty good?
Come on, sir.
Okay. Can you see this word here? Ba. Jupishar. Come over here for me. Put that down in Paleo first.
Paleo, come
I'm
on.
gonna have Jupishar come over and translate Abba in Paleo. And show me the proper connectors to. Make that A a little smaller. That's kind of too big.
Come on.
Use your eraser right there. I mean just erase the whole character and make it a little smaller. Pretty much like you know what I mean?
Cool.
Like the opening up. There you go. Like we used to do in class. There you go. Well, not too big. There you go. Yeah, perfect. That's good. Perfect. Great. Ba. Go ahead. Explain to them what you got.
Oh, we got it. So the word is Abba, and right here I got my first symbol is my first characteristic is the Ab, and I got the independent connector as well with that, letting it know it's by itself. And I got my other one, Ba. My other characteristic, I got Ba, independent characteristic as well as getting pronounced fully.
Absolutely. Now in blue, take the blue marker
Come on.
and do give me some Assyrian on that, Trooper Shaw.
Come on, concept. Come.
Go ahead.
And this, with my Assyrian, we all know that the Assyrian does not get connectors on it at all. Mm-hmm. And I got my in the Assyrian, it's getting pronounced fully, and I got my Ba, it's getting pronounced fully as well, Abba.
Now on that Ba, you want to make the top of that a little straighter. What do you think? Right? Yeah, something. There you go. Kind of slanted down, but we can accept that. So we use connectors on the which?
We use connectors on the Paleo Hebrew.
Yeah, this is a review for the past two classes that we had. There you go, the Paleo. All right, and then write your Assyrian there in blue.
Come.
And we got, so you see the difference. You see the characters, but just the connectors really help you to pronounce the word. Abba, what does Abba mean?
Slack it, if I may. Abba means father.
Father, and write father right above Abba.
Come.
A little smaller there because we ain't got much room there.
Right here, sir?
Yes, sir. That'll do it. Father means father. Father. Abba. Okay. Good. Very good. Very good. We're going to write another word here. We're going to do a quick review, and then we're going to get on to something else. The Paleos, everyone pick that up. Abba. Make sure you put that in your notes. Okay. Very good. Since we own it, let's do another one in the corner over here.
Come.
All right. Let's do mother. Let's do mother. And mother, that it'll be, what do we do? Blue?
Paleo red with slack.
Red, that's right. Mom. All right, I want you to do Paleo first with your connectors.
Come.
As we review Paleo.
12, sir.
That's perfect.
Come on, sir.
You got it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Explain to them what you got there.
Come on. So the word is Ama, which means mother. So when I spell it out in my characteristics in the Paleo Hebrew, it's all getting pronounced in one. I got the which is independent, got an independent connector. Ma is getting pronounced fully as well, independent connector for the Ma. Ama.
Show them where those characters are in the alpha and the characters. Show the
Come on, sir.
where the characters are.
So right here is our symbol, which is located at the first beginning of the alphabet. Almost reminds me of a sideways A. Then we got the Ma symbol. Salaki, we got the Ma symbol. And the Ma symbol is also right here in the Paleo. Looks like a double upside down M.
That's right.
And
all right, that's good.
Come
You Tawab on that, right? Amma.
Come on, sir.
And dude, while you're up there, give me some Assyrian on Amma.
Come on, sir.
What we're really adding mainly is the Syrian, because I don't think we have done that one just yet. But the Paleos are reviewed from last week. Just want to let you know that there's a difference and the pronunciation in the enunciation. Very good. All right. Now, explain the Syrian in Amma.
Come on, sir. So in the Assyrian, I have my and I have my Ma. And with my is located at the beginning of the alphabet as well as the Assyrian. And with my Ma, we gotta know, is it this one or is it that one? Just like my other one explained earlier, it's gonna be that one right there because it's at the end of a word.
And what is that one called? What is that called?
It's called a ending
character.
Ending character. Come on.
Ending character. That's exactly right. So explain it again. Go ahead. What was it?
Come on. So I got my I got my Ma in the Assyrian, and the Assyrian is located right here. It's my as well right here.
Right.
And here's my Ma as well. But just because it's at the end, it's not going to be the first one. It's going to be my ending character.
Right.
So ending character, you use these at the ending of any word pronounced.
Any of those ending characters you see in red, if it comes at the end of the word, what must we do, Trooper?
If it comes in red,
And well, not necessarily. The ones on the board, the cost there in red for illustration. If it's, go ahead and explain to them.
come on, sir. So if it comes at the ending of any word right here, we use 5 ending characters. There's only 5 of them.
Right.
So we have the Ka, the Ma, which one is we doing right now? That's the Ma right there, and which is right here. And we have 3 more. We have Na, Pa, and Tazah.
Exactly.
They come at the end of any word that has that characteristic of it.
Exactly. Right. Now, what if it's not at the end?
For example, if it was the Ra at the end, it will come just as it sees.
Right, just as you see it, exactly, or the Shah, or the Tha. Only the ones in red that we have an illustration, they're gonna be in black most of the time. I just use the red as illustration. So when you see it, thank you, Trooper. Wow. Trooper Shah, it's on it. That's right, that ending character, right there. And it's look a little different, but you get the idea. If you look at the chart. That ending character states and let us know that if these characters in red, in this case it's the Ka, the Ma, let's see, to reiterate, the Na, that's like an N at the end.
Come.
Or the Pa, or the Tazah. You see these occur at the end of a word, you must use these characters, not the normal characters that they are in Assyrian. You have to go down and look, and that will be on your chart, and I want you to make a chart in your own notebooks in Lashawan Qadash, so when you have in your own notes, and that's what we did. When you put in your book, when you put in your book, that's what we did. We in class, we copied all these characters down and made sure we go over and over. Those ending characters are very interesting because you'll begin to understand how you're spelling words, and you'll begin to see that, oh wow, this is coming together. I see now how it's going. This is making sense now. And before you know it, you'll be writing this out without using the chart. You'll be writing the characters out. Before you know, you'll be start telling words. You'll be reading it to knock a little faster, a little better. And it's not about how fast you read it. It's about how pure you can read it.
That's
how
right.
close. We're trying to be ye therefore perfect.
That's right.
Because my Father in heaven is perfect, and that's what we're trying to do is reach that perfection. We got to keep trying, keep daily. It's a daily thing. So the paleo, ama, then the ending characters, for the M, right there.
That's right.
Wow, right?
Come on, concept.
All right. Perfect. We'll get another one up here. See that we'll start to build a little vocabulary off of these before we get to a woman salute and a man salute, and we'll be able to translate these. Let's do a word like behold. B. We'll have a behold. And behold is pronounced, excuse me, Hana. Look at this.
Go, concept.
Hana. Hana. Use that word, I believe it's pronounced like this. Ha. It's important to spell it right.
Right.
You'd be up the creek without a pedal. So the paleo. So ha. All right. Here we go. Ha. In the paleo, looks like it's right there. That little comb symbol right there, that's the one we're going to use. We're going to start here. Well, we'll do it in red, since that's what we were doing. Behold, Hana. Like, behold the Lamb. That's what it's basically saying. Behold. You know, I like to take pride in doing things exactly straight.
Con.
So let's do this way. Sometimes you get low on the board, it's hard to see. Yeah, a little better. That's this character right here, ha. That's this. That much of it. Now it's not hana ha, not hana ha. It's ha, na. Where's that in at? Right there. So we're gonna go like that. There it is, right there. That end. We're not doing a Syrian, we're gonna be that end. Because we're doing paleo right now, let's use as connectors.
Right.
Ah, na, and then we got some interesting. We stop here. If we stop there, that'd be hana. Somebody's name maybe, but that wouldn't be the word behold. We gotta add that H.
Right.
Now H has a ha sound. Ha. It starts and begins with an H. So what character you think that'll be there? It'll be that same character.
Come.
That same character. Ha. So let's put it down. That's what it sounds like. I mean, that's what it is. It's an H.
That's right.
Okay. Now the connectors. On these connectors here, ha. Independently pronounced. So we do an upside down U, just like that, ha. But since we're trying to get na, this much of it pronounced, we have to do something different. We have to put another connector, called a dependent connector. This is a review, like that. Ha-na. Good. We'll make some adjustments here so we can get back here. Ha-na. Can you see the board okay? Yeah, let me see.
Come on, concept.
Ha-na. Ha, independent. Dependent, na. So you pronounce the na and the ha together. That's this, na, na. And that's the idea, connectors. We go to the Syrian. Same thing, only no connectors. There's that ha right there. So we're gonna go like this. We're gonna put a gap in there. What happened if I connect it all the way up to the top?
Come on, concept. It will change up this characteristic of the word and it'll turn to a ka.
Ha. So we can't do that, can we?
La, sir.
Yeah. So we make sure we have it. And for illustration, I put more space than needed.
Right.
So to make sure, that's really the only difference between those two characters. One's a ha, one's a ka.
Right.
And the only other thing you have, you look like a foul, that's a golf club, so that's not going to do it. And you got to be able to recognize these like that. It'll take some time, but you'll get it. So you can pretty much follow what we got up there. Na, we go over here, back over to the na again. Right there.
Okay.
It's not at the end, so we'll have to use this symbol. Ha na. Now don't forget, we gotta just include that's ha, na. We gotta include that H back in there, that ha. Again, so basically just put it on the other side, just like that. You notice these words sort of look the same as far as illustration. Of course, they're totally different words, totally different characters. But if you notice, the H is here, the H is there, H is there, H is there, ha, ha, ha. Ha.
Right.
And the na is in the middle here, and the na is there. Here you join them together. You just got to know that's hana. Hana. That's why it's important to know our language. Look at it. If you didn't have this, you probably wouldn't know how to pronounce that Assyrian language.
Right. Come on, concept.
So you probably wouldn't know how to pronounce it. So that's the whole reason for us having the Paleo and Assyrian. It's how we got started. If they would have, we'd have been doing this language all along, it would have been the Paleo. And we've not get interrupted, but of course we went through our captivity, and here we go. Having explained this thousands of years later. Paleo and Assyrian. So we got Hana, and it means what? Behold. Behold. All right. Okay, the illustration said we're going to put another word down. We're going to put, I think it's believe. You guys got that down? Yes. What we got over here? So, give you a chance to write that down. Give you a chance to write all that down. Okay. Now, we'll put another word down here, because I want to get you guys fully abreast on words, how they work. It's not, if we're not trying to do this in an expedient way, but just to make sure. And I hustle trying to get all this on the board, but what I mainly want you to understand is this. That's the main thing. So when we actually do words, you'll begin to see, we'll just put a P here. Paleo. Oh, I got it backwards. A for Syria, just for room's sake.
Come on, concept.
Yeah. A for Syrian. I may have them backwards, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay? We'll use a word like believe. Like, do you believe? Like believe. That's that word, believe. Of course, we're using the P for paleo. P for paleo. And believe. Now, how do you spell believe? Well, I mean, how does it translate? Hamayan. So let's write it out. Ha. Another one in there, if I'm not mistaken.
Come on.
Ha. Mayan.
Yeah.
Ha. Yeah. This Hamayan is Hamayan is a difference. Ha instead of saying ah. I don't believe there is. And I'll look that word up in a second here. What it means believe. I'm not mistaken. I think we wrote that word down before. Hamayan. I'll find it real quick here to make sure.
So like I said, we got one question.
Yes.
We got Sister Yasha Marie.
Yeah, Yasha Marie.
Yasha Marie. I'm assuming she was referring to the last word that we brung out.
What was it?
Which was Hanaha.
Uh-huh.
She said, Salakia, sir, why didn't you use the red ending for na?
You mean on Hana?
On come on, sir.
But there's no red, okay. Let's go back to that word then, just for the sake of doing it.
Come on, sir.
What was the word? Can't remember. Let's see. It was, behold?
Come on, sir.
Okay, yeah, let's go to behold. Glad to see you in class, Yasha Marie. Faithful student. I believe it was behold.
Come on, sir.
Yeah, let's go back. We don't want to confuse nobody. Behold. But that word, now her question was,
Salakia, sir. Her question was, Salakia, sir, why didn't you use the red ending for na?
okay, got you. I see what you're saying. Got you. So the word is spelled like this. Ha, na. That's how the word is spelled, Shamari. Put it, if you understand, put a 1 in your on the chat board. If you understand that it's spelled H-A-N-A-H. Put a 1 in there. We'll wait for you there. Because what you're saying is, why don't we use this? That character. And we like these questions here. We'll answer. What I can't answer, we'll just wait till I get the answer. Whether next week or until I research it right here. But anyway, this is a little easier. Yasha Marie, did she put a 1 in there? So, okay. Well, anyway, we'll keep going. We'll put a 1 in your chat. There's no N at the end of this word, hana. This N, it comes in the middle of the word. In order for that to be a N, this would have to be an N. Like Hanan, it's Hana with an H. Big difference. Big difference. Hana. So we'll go back again. We'll write Ha. We'll write it again. Ha. We'll write it in Paleo. Then we'll write Na. We'll write the N here.
Salakia, so you got a question. She said, Khan, I get it. It's not at the end.
Right, exactly. It's not at the end. There you go, Yasha Marie. But that's how you There's nothing wrong with asking questions once you get them ironed out, because once you get it ironed out, then you understand every time. You understand every time, okay, I'll know when it occurs. So basically, we'll go and we'll write the word out again. Ha is right here. Well, I'll write it in, for the sake of right now, I'll just go ahead and write it in black there. Ha, and then we have na, ha, na, and then we got it here. Now, what she suggested is there was an N here, and that would look like that, but there's no N there. Of course, she knows that right now, and that's good. That's a very good question, Yasha. Very good. So, actually, it'll look like this. Like that.
So like I said, if I may.
Yes.
Brother Tim Brown said he understands completely as well, too.
There you go. There you go, Tim. And that's and ask the questions. That's what this class is for, is to ask the questions. To ask the questions to make sure we have Avery Williams, Shaw, my man Shaw, Adrian G, Avery V, and where's she at? Oh, she must be on Facebook.
Come on,
Yeah, Yasha Marie on Facebook. That's good. Now you understand. Now, if there would have been an N here at the end, then we would have used that character. But we didn't. That's why I have them in red so you can see. If you see it occurs anywhere at the end, then they use those characters there. For illustration, that's what we do. But ask the question. There's no such thing as a question that is not warranted. All questions are welcome here in this class. Let's see if I can find one with okay, yeah. Let's go to the word dom. Let's go to that word, like blood. Okay. We'll go to the word blood. I got this down. Yes, for sake, the reason why I'm doing this word is because we're going to go to, I want to make sure everyone understand the ending characters. Now you can see why I didn't want to move on to whole sentences. We got to get this alphabet down packed first. We'll use the word called blood. You know, blood. Like that. And the Hebrew word for blood is dam.
Right.
Okay? The word for blood is dam. Okay? So we'll let you, and at home, we want you to see if you can translate them in Paleo and Assyrian while you're at home so you can try to get an understanding. But we'll go ahead and write them out. We'll write out the characters. Okay. Dom. In Paleo, we'll use this. Of course, we're not going to have any connectors in Paleo. It'll just be this D, Da, that N. Simple as that. Okay? And for illustration purposes, an Assyrian, we'll let you write it at home, give you guys a head start so you can check it out, so you can see. Dom. Put it there. Yeah. Dom. And you can see, we'll let you write the Assyrian, and then to make this word happen, we got to do something special here. We got to do something special here. We got to say, well, how do you know that's Dom? Is it Da? Ma? Da ma? No. That won't work good.
Lashawan.
So how do we pronounce that word? Dom. So it's all one sound. So well, how do you connect one sound? You connect one sound in a dependent connector. Because they're dependent on each other.
Right.
I mean, you can't just go in there and just say, you got that word's looking to be, okay, I'm looking to be joined. So it's telling you, one whole sound. Dom.
Right.
Not da, then ma. It ain't looking for that. It's looking for dom. And that's what that connector is. It's a dependent connector. Get used to looking at that.
Most high correct. Common concept.
But she said she has a question here. Is that Avery, are we still going back to the world belief? Explain yourself. Are you trying to say, because the Syrian is what they use in the world? I mean, what do you mean? Explain yourself a little better. Give me another better note on that when it relates to Lashawan Qadash. Okay? Give me a little better understanding of what you're trying to say. Avery. Oh, okay. Okay, and Dom, of course. We use, can they see that? Yeah, I guess they can. I might have written that so big that you can't hardly see it. Can they see that over there?
Come on, concept. Come on, concept. You see it on the screen.
Okay, good.
That's wild.
And we'll write a da. We'll write a D here. Can they see that okay right there? That looks good. I think they can.
Come on, concept.
Da. And we're gonna do something interesting. Now here, Yeshua Marie and everyone else listening, which one of these characters we're gonna use? It's asking for M, Dom. So would you use this M, that M, or that M? Or would you use the first character? Would you use the Syrian M here, or would you use the ending M? Which one would you use? And the answer is obvious. It occurs at the end of the word. The M occurs at the end. So you use the ending one. That's all you have to do is remember when doing that. And that's it. Don't need no connectors. That's why it's best to write them out in Paleo and Syrian.
That's right.
So you can have an understanding.
That's right, sir.
Right?
Come on.
Okay. Does everyone understand? If you do, type a 1 in your, we can move to a different word, but I believe you do. I mean, if you guys have to, just type questions here. We'll pick them up. Da, blood. Ending character. Da, ma. Da, ending character. Ma. This is important because it don't matter how big or small the word is, once you get the idea, then you can break down all whole words. And of course, the long words, the small words lead into sentences.
Right.
And that's how words are applied because after all, you're using 2 vowels, 22 characters. You learn all 22 of these characters and they got 2 vowels. So and you learn all these, and don't worry about the words. You can look up words all day long, but learn how to translate them. That's what you're gonna see. What does that word mean when I say dom? I mean, what is that? Oh, that means blood. Well, we can translate it now.
Right.
Let's translate it. Let's look it up. Let's find out what it means.
Most high in grace.
Dom. I trust everyone's understanding of it. Everyone put a 1 in there, so she understands. That's good. And I'm assuming everyone understands. Adrian, Tim's in Facebook.
Come on, concept.
Tim, you understand? Put a 1 in your register on
Come on.
Facebook. You good?
Come on,
Good.
concept.
So, okay, good. Okay, we'll move on to another word here. We'll try to use words with some endings in them also, so you guys can pick up the word. I'm going to look that word up again now. Let's go to the word black. That's who we are. Shakawa. We'll go to that word. Long word, long translation here. Shakawa. See if we got some room for that. Shah.
So like I said about me,
Yeah.
it almost sounds like he's saying chocolate. Chocolate.
Chocolate. Shakawa.
Chocolate.
Shakawa. Chocolate. Yeah. Okay, we can say that. Shock. Shock. Car. Shakawa. Hope I got enough room. Shakawa. Shakawa. All right. Okay, you guys written that down. Hope you can see that. Jesus. I don't know if you can see that or not. I don't know. Let me write that word again because that's just like punishing to try to read that garbage right there. Let's do it right. Let's put some room in there. Sha, ka, war. A little better. With some room. Good. Shaka war. You can see it. Sha, S-H-A-C-H-A-A-W-A-R. Write that in your notes. Build your vocabulary. That's what we're doing now. Building your vocabulary. We done went over 2 weeks of illustrations and review. Now it's time to build your vocabulary. Let's build it. Shaka war. It means black. Got it backwards here. I should have said it. The word for black is shakawar. The word for black is shakawar. That's what it means, black. You see somebody call somebody shakawar, that means you black, Negro.
That's right.
Shakawar. All right. What you got, Trooper? Shakawar. I want you to do this word here for me in Paleo. Shakawar.
Come on, sir.
Shakawar. Do it in Paleo first. Take your time. Do it in Paleo.
Come on. Come on.
When our Trooper Shard do the word in Shakawar, Paleo.
All right, paleo. Let's start it out.
It's a shock. Paleo would be that top line or bottom line, Trooper?
It would be the top line, sir.
The top line on all these letters would be the top line. You can pick out the sha. Go to the letter of ka. Wa. Shakawa. Before you put the connectors on, just pronounce it.
Come on, sir. Shakawa. Shaka-wa-ra.
Okay? Put your connectors on it.
Come on, sir.
Okay? All right. Give them time, let that sink in for them.
Come on, sir.
Let them sink in. You guys write that down. This is valuable information that the troop is putting on the board. Valuable. That's in Paleo.
Come on, sir. So the word is black, and then it's pronounced shakawar in the legendary tongue Hebrew. Paleo, so we got Sha. Sha is independent. It's standing out on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Ka. We got Ka is independent.
Mm-hmm.
It's standing out on its own.
Mm-hmm.
But then we have war. It's making a sound like we had the other word blood. It was dumb. It's all together with that war. So that means they want to depend on one another. So that war and Ra is together, which makes war.
That's right.
Come on, sir.
Put a dependence of, explain the independent connector again.
Come on, sir. So with the Shah, it has a dependent connector. It's dependent on its own. The Ka, independent connector, Salaki. It has an independent connector. It's just by itself.
Right.
Ka is independent as well.
Right.
And then we have the Wa and the Ra, which makes that war sound, and that's depending on one another right there. So
Join them together.
come on, so they wants to be joined.
Right. Very good. Very good. So Shaka war. And that's how you pronounce that word. If you pronounce it any differently, it can, if it was Shaka, if you put, I don't know how you could do it, but if you did Shaka, or you could put Sha and you could put Kawar, that would be totally wrong. You have to put Sha, independent. Wa, independent. I'm sorry, Ka. Sha, Ka, and then you put the Wa and the R together makes a war sound. Sha, Ka, war. Okay, good, true. Go ahead and put the Syrian on there.
Come on, sir.
In red. Notice how he's doing the same symbols on the ones underneath each other. They have different, the same symbols that's on the board up there for the Assyrian. They're different from the Paleo. But if you look right underneath there, we're using the Syrian. I'm trying to write it like the Tanakh, do it on the board. We'll make that a little fatter there.
Which
The R, because the R and that, see the Ka and that, you have to make it wider and fatter. That's why I noticed it. And the board, very good.
Come on, sir. Throw out, sir.
Right. Because if you didn't, it'll look just like the Ka, remember?
Come.
Right. Okay, go ahead, explain yourself.
Okay, so with the Assyrian, we have Shakawa. Once again, it means black in the Hebrew tongue. And with the Assyrian, I started off with the Shah. The Shah is like another W, almost like a cursive W. I got my Ka, not Ha. That right there is Ha because it has a gap in it. So which I don't want to show me, I use the Ka, which doesn't have it. And this is right here, it's located right here in the Assyrian. Shah, Ka, then I have my W, I have my Wa, I have my Wa. I have my Y again, not that W, that's Shah. So I have my W for the alphabet, but it's Y here in the Assyrian, which is something like this right here. It's right there in the Assyrian. And to top that all off, I got the Ra again. I have the Ra, which is located right here. And with the Assyrian, you do not need independent nor connectors to let you know how it's pronounced. Some way they think we know how to pronounce it. That's why I love the Paleo. And it's Shakawar. Shakawar.
Very good.
Throw out, sir.
Very good. Now these Shaka War, and this is what he used to use and seeing in the Tanakh. So it actually looks like that in Tanakh. But on the and like that I've seen it. We'll do this.
Come.
I want to do something here.
Come, sir.
We'll do this just so that people can see. See that right there? I've seen that looks like this, straight line. The main thing is that, it's a wow. That's the main thing. There's not something wrong with it, but I noticed it because in the Tanakh, it does. I've seen them sometime, and it varies too. Depends on what version. It look like that sometimes.
Come.
I've seen that. But when you read it real fast, you begin to see. But on this one thing I want to bring out real good, or tawab, which is that word. that right there, that 7 and that one has to be very distinct against each other. It has to be wider. Why? Because we don't want to get confused at all. A little bigger, not like this. Because they almost look alike. It can be confusing sometimes. But right here, so that one right there, that R. Get used to, Jesus, I can't see, I'm leaning over here to the board there. But get used to making that R a little fatter. You know, that way it doesn't look like the Ka. It's a big difference. When I start making these characters, boy, they start to look alike, and it's, I tell you. But it's like, whoa. But now, you can tell that this R and that R, and you'll sit into knock, it'll be pronounced, it'll be bigger, it'll be wider. That's the only difference. And that one's not, just a little bit more narrower, that one. But that's of course the ending for the Ka sort of looks like that R. Anyway, that's very good.
Does everyone understand? I hope.
Trust and pray that you do. We'll do a few more and then we'll Shaka Wall. Hope everyone has that written down in Paleo Syrian. And if you don't, you can always rewind, but come to class every week with these questions in mind so you'll understand.
Right.
I'm glad to see the same students and even more.
Right.
Very good, Avery. So she understands. Okay. Oh, the breakdown for word bleed. Okay, good. I get that. I mean, look, hold it. Just hold a second, class. Kind of look over the alphabet there, and I'll get with you in a second here. I'm trying to do something. Okay. And next week, we're going to go over the, in class, we're going to go over the number system. Number system. Okay. Yeah, it is. It is. Okay. There is one in there. You do have that in there too. You do. So I wrote that down wrong, but I look at my words and I think I found it. Believe. Avery wants that word right there. Believe. Okay? There is an H right there. Just wrote that down in class really fast. Might have been hungry at night. Don't tell him. You're young or something. Huh?
Yeah, speak.
Right? Yeah. I'm a God. That's how you spell that word. Believe. Ha'amayam. Where's that word at? Yeah, ha'amayam. Yeah. My dang sure forgot that. Ha'amayam. You begin to understand these. I think it's Paleo's blue moon month that matters. So make sure you guys write that down. H-A-A-H. Ha-ah. Ha-ah. Ma. Over here. And then Ya. Oh, there it is. Ya. Yan, and then we got an N there. Got a whole lot of things going on here. This would be a good word for you.
Come kind of would.
Mm-hmm. Think this is what you wanted to see, Avery? Oh, Avery. Shaka one man, okay. Avery. Avery. Okay. Avery, all right. Black man, all right. Avery, this is what we got going on here. This is what we got. Black man. Believe. Ha-a-ma-yan. That's how you pronounce that word. Not ha. I mean, you'd be missing these symbols if you went too fast. Ha, then mayan. And you gotta ha-a-ma-yan. It's easy, but then it can be hard. It can be. So, in paleo, ha, will come over here. First one, ha, right here. Got an ah. That's perfect.
That's pretty smart.
Wow, yeah. Better than the one I got over here. Ha, ah. There's the ah, Avery, and the rest of the class. Ma, not may, but ma. Ma. Right here. There's M and the A sound pronounced. Because remember, you got that's that There's a vowel sounds there. Ma. Not so much of a loop right there. Avery, want that word broken down? Believe. This is what we're doing. And then, of course, we got the ya right here. And then we have the na. And the na. And the na. All right, let's put some connectors on this bad boy. Ha, independently pronounced. Ah. Now I've seen sometimes, and you can't always go, but sometimes these words here will miss A's and H's in there, you know, depends on, I know the rule, but the word has already has a spelling 1,000 years before my time.
Come.
So we have to go grab that. Ha. Ah. Then we go to print ma. Okay. Now at the end here, we got to do something special. That yan. It got to be dependent on each other. So we're going to make a dependent connector here. Simple as that. Got that, Avery? If you got that one, put a 1 in your, so we'll know that you covered on that, and everybody else that understands that. Okay, con. All right, good. If everybody understands, if you want to put a 1 in your register, let me know you got it. And we'll go down here with this is the word that Avery wants. And we'll go into Syrian then. We'll make sure you write that down, get it real good, Tawab, or good. Like I said again, Lashawan Qadash class. We're doing these characters for Paleo and Assyrian. So we can build up a vocabulary of words, so we start building sentences, then we'll get into the sentence structure, the word structure, then we'll get into throw those words into full sentences. Then we'll start doing the Lord's Prayer, and it's down the road there, but we gotta learn the words for it, we gotta learn how they work.
Right.
You can't go further until you learn how this works. The characters, the connectors. Now the same thing, really. So ha, you come up here, do the same. I'm doing that for illustration because I want you guys to understand. It's normally not that big like that, but I want you to really see that gap.
That's right.
But you know, eventually, that gap really is a little bit closed, but I want you to understand, a lot of people won't say that, but that's what we do it. And ICPK, we try to make sure you understand everything. One, very good, Avery. I trust that everyone else understands that also. Good. Then we're going to go to the ah. That ah. I normally go a straight line. Then I go here. Jesus. That kind of A. Sort of like that. You know, sort of look like the one I got here. Well, and that sort of looks like the one we have on the, but the main thing is that you're going to look like an X with a little hammer on it. And that's the thing, there are many things on here that looks like that. Just like an M, an N. You got to be careful with here, because if you put another little line there, you'd have an M. So you got to be careful with things like that. Here and here, the ha and the ka. Make sure that there's a space in between. Little things like that. Even on the ka and the Assyrian, if you don't have that little middle there, you got a real problem.
That's right.
You wouldn't be able to understand it. Okay? So guys, make sure you write those words down. Make sure you got it written down. Okay? Now let's finish it. Ha. Ah. Let's put the ma. The ma is right here. In Assyrian. Something like that. That's a ma. That represents M-A, ma. Right here. Ma. Not the ending, but the regular Assyrian ma. M. Not the ending, right? Not yet. Ya. Gotta get your ya. What do we say about that ya? It's gotta be up in the air, right?
Come on.
It's gotta be way up here.
So like I said, if I may, almost like an apostrophe, right?
Yeah, sort of. You can say that. And it looks like this character, only up in the air and smaller.
Come
I mean, that's why you have to be distinct. If I put this character down here, it'd be totally wrong. That's why we don't do that. And I hope and trust that everyone is getting this exactly right. Because I like to, we sped through the alphabet and we took our time on our words, because once you get these words and how they enunciate, how they're pronounced and how they enunciate with characters, with the independent and dependent connectors, and over here how those letters or characters form from the Assyrian. Once you see that, then you'll begin to see, well, I can break down any word just as long as I know what the word is, how to spell it, and that's exactly right. We can break it down. We got one last letter here. I believe. Now, there is an N here. What are we going to do? I want everybody to type in that register. A 1 if we will have no character for ending, or a 2 if we have an ending character. So what is your answer? I'll wait. 1 with no ending character, you let me know. You tell me. N. Ha, ya. Mayan. Do I put an ending character or no ending character? 1 for no ending character, 2 for yes ending character. See if you guys can write that down. We'll give you a little test right there. Very good, Avery. I got your answer. Avery says 2. That means we're gonna do. You're catching on to this. We got Tim and Adrian. What else we got over there?
Come on, so got brother Tim and as well as
Tim and Adrian. Very good. And Yasha Marie. Yasha Marie. What you think, Yasha? Okay. Yeah, well, I can't see I just assumed Yasha because I don't see the other board there. Very good. He said candy cane. That looked like the candy cane. Right on. And that's pretty much what it looked like. Yeah, you can do the candy cane, or you can do the like this.
crutch.
Like that. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can do that. But I've seen them in a whole lot of different ways. But we'll use a little candy cane. I mean, you get the idea. The point is, just make sure it's longer. So it'll be differentiated from this and that, because those look alike. So we're going to use that ending. So the answer is 2, yes. That's right. You're going to use an ending in for that. So it would look like, what Avery say, candy cane. And that's, I get it, write that down, put it in your notes. That's very good. Wow. And that's what that word looks like. Haya mayan, haya mayan, believe. Haya mayan.
Damn right, sir.
Believe. Let's believe. We believe that we got a Tawab class.
That's right.
Called Tawab. That means we're going to make sure that we learn in the Syrian and Paleo these words so strong till, you begin to break down these words. So we're going to be writing sentences across the board.
That's right.
You're going to understand your Lashawan Qadash like never before. But you got to believe, or Hayamayan. You got to Hayamayan. That class is Tawab. Good. Call Tawab. All good. You got to Hayamayan. Believe that you can do this.
That's right, sir.
Okay? There you go. Come on. How much time we got? Let's see. Got a little bit more time here. Not much. I think we'll let. I don't think we did. Let's do bless Barak, and then we'll end the class on that word. But I assume you guys got all this. If not, we'll wind the film back. You should have it by now. Okay. And these are the B's, of course. We get into some C's, some D's, and different letters. And as we go on with vocabulary, we'll of course try to break down sentence structure and how things, the endings and beginning of words, how they're structured. Like we say Hamalakwaf. Understand, what does that mean? What does all this stuff mean? And we'll get into that. I don't want to, see, let's use the word bless. We'll go real quick here. Bless, we got enough time. The word bless is broke down Barak. Barak. You're going to be using that in your Barakatah.
Come, sir.
That word says Barak. The English is bless, but the Hebrew is Barak.
Come, sir.
All right, Sharp.
Yeah.
Sharp, come up here and do that for me. Go up, sir. There you go. Give me some paleo Barak there, sir.
Come on, concept. Paleo for the Barak.
Paleo for the Barak. Very good B. I like that.
Throughout it.
I like that B. That's how it looks. There you go. Take your time. Make it look to wow. It's all good. Stretch that C out a little bit now.
Come on, concept.
There you go. Bring it on out to the bottom. You know, yeah. I ain't doing that. Got break. Tell them about your connectors. Tell them about your word. Tell them.
Come on, concept. Ba. Pronounced all by itself. Rock. Rock. Connecting. Independent connector on the ba and the rock connecting.
Okay.
Dependent. It's dependent on one another.
Show them on the alphabet where those characters come from.
Come on, concept. So since this is the paleo, it'll be the top line. We're gonna start off with the B, with the ba. The ba characteristic is here in the paleo. So now I go to the ra. The ra is located here in the paleo. And to top it all off, I ended off with a ka. The ka is here in the paleo. So all together, Barak.
So go to independent
Barak.
connector. Do the independent connectors again.
Independent connector, the ba. Independent. It's pronounced all by itself.
All by itself.
Ra. Is Ra and K, is it Raka? La, it's not. It's Rock. Simply because if it was Raka, we would have had another A right there, right?
Right.
But it's Rock, which means that K wants to join with the Ra. So we're gonna let them be together. It's dependent on that one, and that's my dependent connector for the Raka.
Rock. Very good. Get a hand. Barak means bless. All right, while you're up there, let's go ahead and do your, this will be a good one for class here, a good one class ending. Do your Syrian.
Come on, concept. Assyrian. Salaki. Get it bold a little bit.
Yeah, make it bold. Yeah, there you go. It's just for camera's sake, you know,
Come on, concept.
like a hangman. Very good. There you go, make that little, what we talked about.
Come on, concept.
Wider, that. Now that looks perfect, because that is totally different. Point to the cob there. It's totally different to ending cob.
The ka, Salaki. Indica.
Yeah, ending cob. See how that looks different? And then point to the R. See how they look? See how fatter and wider it looks? That's what you have to learn out there in the audience. That's what they're looking for, so that they can see. Now, as you PK, you want to make all these distinguishable characters. Okay?
Come on, concept.
Now, first of all, before you start, we're going to say, what would you use for that K there, that K sound, ka? Is there ending on there or not?
So to top it all off, I got the Barak, we got the Ba, the Ra, so we got a Ka sound, we got that Ka, that K. So we know that the K that we've been going through class, it does have, is it this one, the regular Ka, or is it at the end? Do we use the ending symbol for the Ka, the characteristic?
The answer is?
Answer is, let me go ahead and put that thing on there.
Go ahead, put it up
Put that on there.
The answer is yes. Khan.
Oh, Salaki.
Yeah, make sure it's, yeah, there you go. Not too long now.
12.
Yeah, shorter. Yeah, something like that. There you go. That's perfect. That looks just like, and the whole point is so that they can see that this ending and that ending looks the same. Because there's a K there, you have to use the cop. That's very good. That's perfect. That's perfect. That's about as perfect getting more high price. Good. Very good. And that's we use that word as ending on class, but the main thing is that you understand that you understand that next week, let's put it this way. Next week we're going to go into, we're going to always write the alphabet so you guys can get used to writing. And as I write, I want you to take out your book. Don't assume that you know these characters. Write them over again. That's how you get the answers in your head and what they look like. So write them again. Use your book. I mean, if I got in my book, I've written these characters so many times till I done ran out of paper. I got 2 whole books full of this. And then we'll get into maybe I might get into the numbers, but I might get into some endings and beginnings of prepositions. I might. Depends. I'll have to sit here and do a class format. But the main thing is that I want you guys to understand that these characters form words. And there they are. They form words. The paleo has connectors. Independent and dependent. Independent and dependent. Not to be confused with the ba, ra, ka, which have nothing but ending. The only thing you have to be careful here is get the right character and make sure that you look at the end and make sure it is not one of these. If it is one of these characters here in red, the ka, the ma, the na, the pa, or the taza, then you'd have to use it here.
Right.
And that's all we're doing here. It's really as easy as that. So get to the point where you can memorize these. The only way to memorize is to go home, do your homework, do your due diligence, get your book out, like we said again.
Come on.
Get your book. Get your book. Do it over and over again until you can, and not, you just, it may be a master thing going on there. You may master it, and it doesn't matter. You want to get to the point where you get the word I want to use there, proficient. That's what I want to use. Very, very proficient at using these. Okay? And so that sort of brings us to the end of class. Do we have any questions? Ending. Yeah, ending. Yeah, very good.
Salaki, sir, if I may. Can I get one question on the book for you? I just the call to wives, since we say it so often.
Mm-hmm.
Could you let me know what the call is?
Call. Yeah, call. It means all.
Right.
That's what it means. What do you think it means?
Oh, Salaki. So, Salaki, I was just Salaki.
Call. And then, of course, the word tawab is good. But that's with us. Like when you give somebody your food, it says, call Yawam. Yawam all the day long. Call Yawam. So a call tawab is all good. So it's a good word. It's a good word. And then so many words in Hebrew that I should left it up there. But anyway, you guys got the idea. We're going to end class with that. On that note, our next class, bring your book, what we're going to do is we're going to have something new and different. We'll do a very quick, maybe half an hour review over the same thing we've done, and we'll move on to something else. So what we're trying to do is understand the whole point. Our end goal is how to read Lashawan Qadash at sight, read it on sight. Read it on sight. Read it in the paleo. Wow, it's just like if you had the 26 characters of the English alphabet, our slavery alphabet. But in this case, we have these characters. So just learn these, 22 of them. We'll have to read them to learn how to read words. To read the word that's in front of you, to break down the word with the characters and the connectors and the paleo, the Syrian, of course, the endings. And then we're going to get into before we get into sentences, before we get into sentences, we'll get into a few more things involved with the words. That understood, everybody? I hope that you guys enjoyed a good class there. So we're in the class, and I'll read the ISUPK security announcements. We of the ISUPK started out 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a brother and sister, for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 months period, the brother and the sister will get permission from the head to marry. The tithes is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 and 10. Means tenth in Hebrew, ma'asharah. 10% of every penny of increase the Lord gives. Read that again. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. The upcoming holy convocations. Well, we're going to do the Passover, but of course you have to get in touch, pay attention to your camp leader, and that's who you want to stay in contact with, either by phone or by video or by just your camp leader or just the chat. Make sure you understand that the camp leader is the person that's going to give us the direction on when the actual Passover is going to be, since it was delayed. The Passover, the 14th day of the first month, Thursday, April 9th, 2020, at sundown, but of course it's not April 9th, it is moved. Exodus 12, 1 through 51, Leviticus 23, 4 and 5, 1 Corinthians 5, 7 and 8, and 2 Corinthians 30 and 17. Announce holy comes to this. Remind Akim and Akwath to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. To our class, call to our class, for that we say, Shalom.
Shalom. To our class.